Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Nicole. Guys, this is going to be your February 2024 reading, Scorpio. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watcher, if that's you, welcome to the channel as well. Always discern the roles, flip them, blah, 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 blah. You know the spiel by now, I'm sure. Scorpio, what was I going to say? Oh, thank you to everybody who has liked, shared, subscribed, and commented to the channel. I appreciate each and every single one of you for all of your love and support and personal reads. Description box below, as well as the about section of the page, you're going to find my email in there. You can email me for personal readings. All the information will be provided to you on that email when we respond. And the calendar, I'm working on it. I have a lot of little things going on, so eventually that calendar will be up and it'll make scheduling a lot easier. So as soon as I sat down here to do this, my ear clogged up. My allergies have been insane. We went from 0 degrees, it feels like, to 60-some degrees in a matter of a couple of days. And my body is like, what the hell is happening? So please bear with me as I go here. So, all right, Scorpio, let's see what's coming up for you in February of 2024. All right, Spirit. Spirit said some of you could, this is strange, some of you could be converting. And as I say this, the Footprints cards comes out, which reminds me of, we'll say, biblical times. It makes me think of the, was it called the Footprint? Was it the Footprints prayer or shit? I can see it on a thing that my grandmother used to have, and I can't remember what it's called. But if you're familiar with that, go read that. I can't remember what all's on it now. This is kind of like soul's journey of conversion. You may have taken, you guys are discerning a lot of information. There's something here about the way, all right, hold on a second here. You know, in the past, and bear with me for a second, Scorpio, you're going back to, or maybe just starting off. It doesn't have to be going back to anything, right? It's a new cycle. There's heavy emphasis on the O's in Scorpio, the Footprints, and then this card of Lot. Call them ahas. Oh, moments, right? Epiphanies. This is also about discerning where you want to put your chances, where you want to take your chances at as you move forward. There's a lot of strategy, Scorpio, that's coming in with this, but it's also talking about converting. This could be, excuse me, a religious basis. This could be a spiritual basis. This could be, in general, what way you're planning to move forward in your life. But I feel like you're doing this quietly too. That's the real interesting thing. Like, I'm looking at these footprints, and in some ways they appear to be where you would step down into something like sand. It would leave a footprint behind. These footprints look raised up to me in some areas. And that's like not leaving a trace of anything behind. It's mysterious. It's done quietly. It's without a trace. Scorpio, I don't know what you're doing, but it's so quiet. I feel like you're not allowing conflict to rule your life anymore. You're not allowing drama to overtake spaces of your life. It's like, if so-and-so wants to go on without me, let them, but I'm going back here to my safe space. I'm going to not run with the pack here. I'm going to do things on my own terms. I got the chills, Scorpio. This energy comes in and it is like, I don't even know how to explain this to you. I really don't. Spirit said you're not going back to an old way of doing things. And I have seen this for you guys. That it's been kind of like, excuse me, old energies have tried to kind of pull you back into the old way of being or the old current of their energy. And I think before for you, whether you want to call it being overly emotional or just trying to stand up for yourself in the only way that you knew how to, you're just done. You know, you think about a Scorpio in general, they could give you multiple warnings of when they're done. They do a lot of talking up until the point that you're done. But when you're done, you just go silent. Scorpio, I feel like Spirit just said your silence is deadly. The conversion or converting of what you're doing, again, could be in any area of life. It doesn't have to be religious. But you're turning into somebody that nobody knows. And I don't feel like in the past, you were sharing and you kind of roll the dice with whatever it was. You know, you'd say, do, react, and you're not doing that anymore. You just don't say anything at all. Now, Scorpio, I will say this to you. Spirit's saying you're fully well aware of when you need to communicate and when you don't. I think people have spent a lot of time being used to maybe you projecting, you saying what needs to be said, holding a mirror up to their bullshit, because you guys pick up on other people's nonsense. So maybe in the past you were trying to show people with this mirror, show people the projection that they were doing. And it's like, you've got to a point now where you're not arguing anything. And Spirit just said, ever again, exclamation point. You are moving in like a stealth-like mode, and I'm going to tell you, you are so protected. So protected. Like, you're recognizing where, I don't know, I always make jokes, like, well, not really jokes, it's the truth. I go to Walmart, pull in the parking lot, and I'm like, I gotta go. There's too much energy floating around. I can't do it today. You're noticing that energy flow. You're noticing those things in every area of your life. It's not just making the trip to Walmart. It's lovers, friends, family, acquaintances, co-workers, children. Like, you're learning the pure definition of silence. And I'm going to say to the cross watcher, if you have a Scorpio that's gone silent on you, you are in big trouble. Because they go silent on you, it's done. Whatever it is, they're done. Come get your shit, pack it up. If it's, you know, y'all are cohabitating, come get your shit, come pack it up, take your stuff and go. Don't ask questions, don't engage, Scorpio, because you're likely to get your ass stung and your head bit off. Like, you're not, Scorpio, it's either a hard yes and this is going to work, or it's a no. And if the possibility is shaded of uncertainty, the answer is no. You're only taking direction and turn where you know things are going to be straight to the point. Now, are you going to deal with people that aren't that way? Absolutely. You know that's part of the challenge. You know, you're here, you know this. Like, you're always going to be there's always going to be bumps. There's always going to be conflict. This won't come without challenges in itself, right? But you're taking the road less traveled, where people, you know, I used this the other day. People on Facebook start fighting with each other, right? You're just like, I'm sitting this one out. Or maybe sometimes in the past you would have something to say, and now you're not even reading you read 2 comments, you see the fuckery, and it's like, I'm done. There's nothing left for me to see. I don't want to see it anymore. If you're taking a deeper dive to Scorpio into what I want to call it, into your spirituality, you're letting faith lead the way in February. And I've seen this, again, like I'm trying to put into words, so bear with me, please, how this energy is coming in. Because Scorpio, you have a very powerful aura, a very powerful way about you. And it's like you've taken on challenge after challenge after challenge, right? And sometimes you've come out swinging like Tyson and you've won. And other times you've had your ass handed to you, right? This time, though, it's almost like you've become almost ghostly. And you are handling every arena of your life that has created conflict and chaos, but in a way that others can't see. Like just the way you're moving is so silent. It's like somebody could have something happen to them, right? You know, we'll relate it to this, right? Some things people can relate to. You have an ex, and good old Johnny boy over there, he put the screws to you, cheated, messed around, did all kind of shitty shit, and really hurt you, right? It's kind of like that, what is it? I hope, right? It's like Gabby Barrett, country music. They cheat, you know, it's these things that people have done to you. And I'm not putting you in the victim mode, so please don't put yourself there. But where things have been unfair, unbalanced, where shit has happened that has created great struggle in your life, you doing nothing and saying nothing, when old Johnny boy's new woman, who he's just fallen madly in love with, and he's all of a sudden going to be faithful, starts screwing around on him, the haunting of his thoughts comes back, and he goes, oh wait, shit, I did that to Scorpio. You are like karma without doing anything. You're doing things without doing anything, Scorpio. It's like you have learned to understand what it is to let go and let God. You have learned to understand what it is to release that control. You're stepping into this flow, and I've got the chills from the top of my head on my left side the whole way down to my toes. You are learning to let go and let God. This is powerful, powerful energy, Scorpio, that you are stepping into. And it's like I'm seeing this card with the Scorpio. It's like, we'll see this as the challenge, right? We'll see this as like the situation or person. They might be sitting down on their knees praying to God. And they have, for some of them, it may not even click that the reason they're in the position on their knees is because of where they've been with you. The things that they've done to you. And, you know, I hate to go, oh, karma, right? Like that stance of, you know, you see some of these readings and they're like, oh yeah, this person's getting theirs, Scorpio, blah, you know, or whoever. They're getting theirs, yay, retribution. This isn't about that lower vibrational energy. Oh yeah, they're getting theirs. I get a side seat to watch this shit, you know. This is you, call it taking the higher road. This is you focusing so much on you and the world that you are building for you. Because it's like you've overcome the challenges. Every time something has come up, again, Sometimes you've had your ass kicked. Sometimes you've come out on top. But it feels like you guys have been a test to so many people in your life. And they got a chance. We'll call you the guinea pig, Scorpio. And I've said myself as a Scorpio, like, I watch things play out in my own life. And the next thing you know, I've got clients that are coming to me with very similar scenarios. And I'm like, well, good news. I know how to deal with this because I just dealt with it myself. Like attracts like, right? You are stepping outside of the things that have broken you. And you have been that test crash dummy, that guinea pig, where all these people got to come to Scorpio. Call it a soul contract. Like, I can see like the 5 of Wands coming in from like all 4 sides of you. And going, let's take a shot at Scorpio. How these people decided to handle themselves. How these people decided to act, respond, treat you. It's like they're starting to reap the rewards or consequences of those actions. February 28th, Spirit has given me as a very important date. That may be a date you want to write down. Spirit just said Pisces season. So there you go. Pisces season. That is Pisces season. You're starting to see, and that's the end too. Pisces is the last sign in the zodiac, right? In the zodiac wheel. And then we start anew under Aries. Scorpio, this is, if you've been in a space of going, gosh, I just want so-and-so to have their day. 1, come out of that mentality because you're going to create that for yourself again. But 2, trust that everything is working out according to plan, because if somebody's done something to you that has just been downright ugly, or to anybody, it doesn't have to just be Scorpio, right? You don't have to keep the score. The heavens, God, Buddha, Spirit, your angels, Source, whatever you believe in, is keeping track of that. Their soul knows exactly what they did. Now, they can lie, steal, cheat, and think that they've hidden everything in front of the entire world, and maybe they have. But regardless of what you believe in, Judgment Day, heaven and hell, karma, you're always going to reap the consequences of your actions and your words. Keep that in mind. But I feel like you are walking a path, and I'm going to be cute here, path of enlightenment. That's why I do this channel. What are you doing to elevate yourself? Are you seeing the ugly things? Are you seeing the shadow side of things so that you can excel? It is to broaden the scope. It is to expand. It is to hold yourself accountable as well. We are 18 on the clock into this, and 2 cards in, not even 2 cards in. Call you the sacrificial lamb, Scorpio. Your strength, your potential, you are creating and walking into destiny. Look at this. Guys, you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. I usually go about 5 cards deep when I'm looking through the deck. You've got, these 2 came out, sacrifice and self-trust. Andromeda, which is the constellation and galaxy, and nebula. 11, and P.S. there's a 13. There you are, Scorps. 11 and 13. 4 and 2. You have learned how to trust your own judgment. You are learning how to trust yourself. And you did that by the way of, like I said, you could have been the guinea pig, the test crash dummy for everybody else. You were the sacrifice. 13, the sacrifice. You brought endings to situations. You're creating a balance. Now, you had to have the strength to fight these demons. You see that snake back there? I know it's hard to see. Always on the verge of attacking you, right? Limitless energy, even when you felt exhausted and just done. Spirit's like, here, we're going to give you the next dose of energy, the next dose of love, the next dose of whatever it is that you need to overcome and hang in there through this next quest, this next challenge. Creating your destiny by way of self-sacrifice. Your rewards. Your Spirit's acknowledgement of you going, we see you. We see you. You're ready to move past this. In Scorpio, 8th card in the zodiac, 8 on this one, 8 in this one. Scorpius, retribution. You don't have to do anything to create retribution. Forgive the people that have wronged you. Wish them the very best, or as I always say, wish them exactly what they deserve. I don't wish anybody good or bad. I wish you the day that you deserve. What you put out there is what you get back. And that's what's happening here. February for you is a landmark opportunity, Spirit is saying, for you to step into a world that you got taught was the way you were supposed to be. 2112 reflective energy. You now get to see the flip side of where you were for so many years. And again, when this cycle starts, this one closes out, this new one starts with Aries season. Same deal, Scorpio. The difference is you're not reacting. Someone wants to come at you hardcore. You might get frustrated. You might get pissed off. You might just simply go F yourself and walk away. But whatever you used to engage in, you're not doing that anymore. You could have people who maybe held you up in third-party stuff. Someone who's like, oh yeah, me and my wife, oh, that bitch, that, this, that, oh, a poor woe is me. You'd be like, okay, I'll take him, take care of you, right? Nurturing Scorpio. So you might have somebody like that come into your world and go, want a tango, right? It takes two. Ain't doing that shit again. Or maybe a job. Or maybe a parent comes back around after years. Or maybe you're having new experiences, similar new experiences, right? With different people. You're shutting it down. Straight up shutting it down, Scorpio. I will say, cross-watcher or Scorpio, if you've dealt with another Scorpio or you can attest to it yourself, drop that shit in the comments. Seriously. Let those cross-watchers know what happens when a Scorpio goes silent. Because there is no coming back from that. It is like the final curtain call. There is no drum roll. There is no final woohoo. It's just flatlined. You don't come back from that with a Scorpio. You have done yourself in. 9 of Pentacles in the past energy. 8 of Cups. Scorpio, I feel like a lot of people kind of left you out to dry over time. And, even throughout that, you still remained balanced. You could have specifically in the past been dealing with a Libra. It feels like coming in, causing chaos, and making a grand exit. For some of you, you could have Libra in your chart. You may seek justice, need justice, walking away again from anything that is not fair and balanced. You got 9 and 11. So 9-11 is very important numbers here. I've seen that earlier in something else. But you also see the numbers, Roman numerals, they're reflecting one another. One is yellow, golden, sunshine, right? Feeling good, confident, abundant, put together. The red. I'm hearing sacrifice with that red. If you dealt with a situation in the past, even in regards to legalities, that you felt you had to sacrifice a lot, shit is coming back into balance. No more pain. But with that pain came a massive amount of healing and gain. The sword of truth is what the Justice card yields. The balancing of the scales, the wrong being made right. It is your freedom. Independence Day. Scorpio, it's coming. You have worked so hard to get to that 9. Your money could be increasing. Your finances could be balancing out. At some point here, too, they're saying you got real with yourself. Anything that seemed like an illusion, you got real with yourself and said, okay, it's time to move in another direction. Spirit is coming through so heavy. It says, I'm going to hold myself accountable. 8 of Cups. Walking away from the lies and the illusions. Again, anybody who tried to keep you up in that, no more. What is the present energy for Scorpio, please, for February? Present energy for Scorpio. King of Pentacles. Could be dealing with a Taurus in the present time, or a Leo, Taurus, and Leo. Scorpios, I've seen Libra, Leo, and Taurus and Sag very heavily in your readings for the past couple of months. So those could be the primary signs that you've been dealing with. All right, present energy for Scorpio. 3 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to take these two together. And I'm actually going to clarify that before I speak. But I will say, so this is what I'm going to tell you. You could have offered, and I don't feel like this 4 of Cups, honestly, Scorpio, is you. I'm going to take that back for a hot. Let me retract that. For some of you, you're bulldozing past this state of boredom and not knowing what to do with yourself. It's kind of like, I've got to pick that new direction. You either are, or you have, or you're going to. For others of you, it's like you had to reconcile yourself to the past heartbreaks and the pains. The reality of how it's affected your 10 of Pentacles. How much it's changed your life. How much everybody else's efforts was something that you allowed to affect everything of yours. Your life, your legacy, disappointments of situations. People making you feel like you were knocked off course. Your money suffered as a result. You're going from this 9 of Pentacles diagonally to the Queen of Pentacles with the Justice card sitting there. Other people may not know how you do it. It may not make sense to them. Again, you're moving quietly. There's nothing to be said here. Nobody needs to know. That's just the way that you come through is going, why do I have to explain myself to you? The Queen of Pentacles doesn't explain herself to anybody. She just does it and she makes it happen. They're not understanding that. And that if you were a person who shared with other people every little detail, they're like, what do you mean? You're not going to tell me? They're not, like, it's almost like you're not offering up information anymore. They don't know what to make of you. Future energy with this. 6 of Pentacles just tried to come out. Judgment. Future energy for Scorpio in February, please, Spirit. February. Wheel of Fortune coming out sideways. The Strength card. The Devil. The Death card. The Ace of Wands. Scorpio, hard, tough endings. And I'm going to tell you, and I don't like to say this, but these individuals, as soon as you think they're done, they're likely to come back around. What terminates these contracts with them is the way you respond. You're walking away. That eats them alive. Because it's almost like there's three people. There could be more than a single person who's actually I shouldn't be sure. Oh my god, don't show the Devil card. Forgot. They'll be having a panic attack. There's more than one person here who's been in this hoopla. That they've tried to affect every positive thing that's ever happened for you. And I hate to put this out there like that. I see a lot of these readings. I'm like, oh gosh, talk about something else. But it's what comes out. Your perseverance and strength through a particular situation. Capricorn season could have been very important. Scorpio, I'm going to say Scorpio season, yeah. October through January. Could be a very imperative time frame. You could have seen a lot of things happen, a lot of action that had to be taken during that time, or somebody trying to take action towards or against you. Scorpios, you've got Libra, Capricorn, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Leo again here. Strength card in itself is Leo energy. So what is this? And your video is going to go a little longer here. Nine of Pentacles, Spirit. What is this for Scorpio? I just heard you're unfazed. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Told you, Sag, King of Wands, right? Can we ever get a reading without the King of Wands popping his face in there? Probably not. He's always got something to say or do. Make his presence known. You could be dealing with somebody, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, who wants to make their presence known. It's like they're trying to control, and have in the past, trying to control the way that you are seen. It's jealousy, it's envy. Look at the Seven of Swords behind that. Stalking. Keeping tabs on you, wanting to know where you are, what you're doing, why you're moving the way you are. Who are you with? They are all up in your business. And they've got something to say about it. They think they're the wise old owl. They've lived there, been there, done that. They can tell you all about you. Who is this, or what is this Justice card about? Two of Swords, taking the blindfolds off. Look at the Scorpio. Holy hell. 5 back, right? There's the moon. You're moving in silence. That justice, that balance. 10 of Pentacles. The Star. Ace of Wands. Judgment. King of Cups, Scorpio, back on your throne. I don't think it matters what this person or these situations and or these people did to you. Somehow, some way, you stayed on top of your game. 10 of Pentacles, your finances, whatever you're wishing and desiring for, whatever you're working on healing, a peace of mind that releases you back to your state of emotional being and openness, it's coming. It is, if it has not happened in February, darling, know that it is coming. It is a matter of time with this moon. And you are moving so silently and so quietly. Look at this. 8 of Wands, the Chariot, the moon. Whoever this is, whatever this is, they don't see you coming. They got an opinion, but they don't see you coming. The 2 of Swords. That could be the legal system itself taking its blindfold off, I'll tell you that. Justice, clarifying the justice. Page of Wands, again, a sense of freedom. A sense of renewal, return of innocence. To be able to breathe, to live, to have fun. Just heard from Spirit, putting the devil to bed. It's like you've dug their grave. They, they'll blame you, I'll put it this way. They'll blame you for digging their grave and sticking them in it. Meanwhile, they're the ones with the shovel in their hand. They will always blame you. And I think that's what you've allowed to affect your pentacles. Is the blame, the responsibility, taking on the burdens, the hurt. Look at, as I say that, you being robbed of your happiness by karmic situations, karmic soulmates. What is this? 3 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. Who is this? Look, Scorpio, I hate to talk about it like this, but it's just the truth of the matter. I talked about those O's. There's the full, no matter what they took from you, no matter how it affected you, no how much fighting, competition, threats, it's like they see you in this full, in the 6 of Wands, Page of Swords. I'm declaring, right? I'm declaring my victory. I'm moving on, moving forward. They take that from you. The crazy thing to this is, this Wheel of Fortune is 1/4 turn from being in the upright. Whoever you're dealing with, cut their nose off despite their face in some regard. Further to that, there's like this conflict of energies. Hold on a second. Who is this? This is Scorpio or someone else. Scorpio could have been dealing with a devil and a Taurus. Make note of where that goes. Capricorn energy. Again, there was more than one. They took a chance, thought they had victory and success, thought they had you, thought they got away with taking your 10 of Pentacles. Got all that energy against you. There you are. Totally you, Scorps. Queen of Pentacles. And you notice too, she's giving nothing else any attention. She's not investing in it. She's not giving to it outside of her. She's silently maturing. You have matured to a whole other level that you never thought you could. I think at one point, Scorpio, I don't care how old you are, you thought, oh yeah, I'm an adult, I'm doing my thing, right? There's something about the maturity here that has like superseded all the past craziness or fuckery that has happened. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. See the World card trying to stick out there? 6 of Cups. You're closing a karmic soulmate cycle here. The Lovers and the Ace of Cups. It's going to open you up to new relationships and new beginnings. Walking away from that, healing and moving on. I said she is maturing. Where you have been, Spirit is specifically stating the last 3 years of your life. What is coming in for you, you were not ready for. And this love could pertain to a Gemini. It doesn't have to be. But something around you, soulmate, is opening you up. They have matured you. You're standing in such a different space. This could pertain to your kids with the 6 of Cups. What is this Wheel of Fortune about? Queen of Pentacles. She can't be. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, 9 of Cups. You're stressing them all out, Scorps. There's just a beautiful abundance to you that screams ultimate happiness. She is just, I have to reiterate, she is focused on nothing else but herself. Him, her, them, they, it doesn't matter. Like, look at the power that I hold in my hands. And Spirit said your faith, that 1/4 turn that has yet to happen, your faith is what's going to see you through that last quarter. Blind faith, self-trust, doing what you got to do, making temporary, I'm going to say, if you're making temporary sacrifices or making any sacrifices at all, know they're temporary. It's not for good, it's just for now. What is this Strength card for Scorpio? The Hangman. 4 of Swords. Scorpio, it's kind of 2 of Pentacles. It's kind of like you go out, you're sitting in that hermit mode, right? I don't think that you're fully hermiting. I feel like you're kind of going out in the world and having these new experiences, playing a little bit, whatever you want to call it. And then you're going back into a sense of just you, or hermiting, or, staying in the house for the weekend, whatever it is, to see what you've learned, to process what you've come to know. The healing is still happening. You're halfway there. This situation with this devil multiple times has caused you a lot of pain, a lot of hardship. But the way you've handled it, it's like, job well done, Scorpio. Congratulations. Advice taught you about your worth. What'd you learn about yourself? Even if somebody else or other people don't think that you're worthy, they're not your judge, jury, or executioner. Their opinions are just that, right? You've found it in yourself to know your value and your worth. A lot of these people, bloodsuckers, sucking off of you left, right, and sideways because they thought they had something to gain. I know if I go to Scorpio, Scorpio's going to put in the work and I'm going to reap the rewards. Wanting you to give all the time. Not anymore. Advice for Scorpio. Checking in with yourself. And that's why I said this 2 of Pentacles underneath here. It's like you're going out and you're taking that experience and you're going back in with it. And it's saying, when you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, take a moment to check in with how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier, excited or filled with dread? Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. Listen, right? Like, You're taking that experience and you're going out and you're having these experiences with people. There goes back to that yes and no. Yes, this works for me. No, we're not even going to. Old Scorpio would have engaged just for fun. Let's see what happens. Right? It's like you telling your kid, don't touch that. And the second you turn your back, they're like, are they watching me? You're not even doing that anymore. It's like, I've learned my lessons. Don't touch the fire, it's hot. Don't poke the beast, right? You're checking in with you on every experience that you're having. And you're checking in with spirit as well. Your faith, God, the divine, whatever it is. Advice for Scorpio for February, spirit. Reassess. You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what brings you joy and who and what doesn't. It's time for some life cleanup. And pivot sometimes when things aren't falling into place right after trying and trying. It's time to ask yourself, is pivoting in some way, if pivoting in some way would be a good idea, so that you can let your life flow more easily and effortlessly. How could you pivot even just a little bit? But Two of Pentacles, letting go of those toxic ways that are allowing you to pivot to make better choices for yourself. The Spirit just said, your silence is a deadly thing. Metaphorically, it's a deadly thing. And people are going to find out what that means. For people that you've maybe not been able to let go of, that is, maybe you had an ongoing divorce. Maybe they were your in-laws. Maybe you have kids with this person. Maybe you worked in the same place for 30 years and this person just would not leave, right? Whatever it is. You are just not where you would have fought, argued, fussed, bitch, moan, piss, complain, whatever. You're taking back every bit of your power and energy, and you're giving them nothing throughout the month of February. Scorpio is like the definition of self-love. Like, you free on Valentine's Day, Scorpio? I'm good. I'm going to go love over myself. I'm going to take me to dinner. I'm going to go buy me new shoes. I'm going to go home and watch Netflix and eat bonbons. I'm good. I'm content. I don't need anybody else. And it's not about being so independent, because you do have something here. Someone that's opening you up when it comes to the heart that has helped you heal and see your way through this. There's been some kind of inspiration, motivation that has just inspired you at the very core. And I think you're starting to recognize what that is. Scorpio, magnificent. You go quiet, there's nothing left to be said. All right. Hopefully this helped you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Again, personal reads. Check out the description box below as well as the about section of the page. I'm wishing you all the very best in February. Happy Valentine's Day. So if you're spending it alone, love from me to you. I hope that it's a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.